When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is Devoid of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. If you like this type of content, smash the like button and subscribe for future videos and updates that I do post on my community tab frequently. If you want to get access to my content early, check out my Discord. This is the Sith of Gotham City, Chapter 1, Sith Acolyte, Part 3. Let's continue where we last left off in our story, with the two acolytes facing against the two young Jedi in a dance of death. As you can see Elijah battling his Jedi opponent, as the two different color blades collide with each other, black smashing against blue. Elijah sidestepped to the side, dodging a swing from the blue lightsaber, then immediately proceed to strike upwards in a upward slash, forcing the Jedi to block the lightsaber swing. As the two different color beams collided with each other, as Elijah increased his swing in rapid pace, forcing the Jedi to go on the defensive. Every time Elijah would strike with his practice saber, he noticed the energy that forms his blade is slightly fizzling out, little by little bit. I see, so that's... I see that's the practice saber's limitations. It might be able to clash with a lightsaber for a short moment of time, but in terms of a long-term battle, not so much. As Elijah force pushed the Jedi away from the force of his force push, slamming in the other side of the room, Elijah deactivated his practice saber and attached it to his hip, as he used the force to levitate all of the metal sharp objects in the large room and flung them at the Jedi. As the Jedi begin to reflect any of the sharp objects before you get close to him, as Elijah threw more objects at the Jedi. This time the Jedi is fully recovered from being force pushed into the wall, as the Jedi begins to cut through all of the metal objects with his lightsaber. While the Jedi was cutting through all of the sharp metal objects, from small to big, Elijah noticed the secondary lightsaber that's attached to one of the Jedi's hips, as Elijah got a grin on his face. When the last metal object was destroyed by the Jedi, that's when Elijah acted and engaged in saber combat once again. When Elijah dodged to the left, he immediately grabbed the second lightsaber from the Jedi with the force and flew it into his hands, as he immediately ignited the blue blade of the Jedi's lightsaber, secondary lightsaber. The moment Elijah ignited the Jedi lightsaber, he immediately acted. No hesitation, and lunge forward towards the Jedi, swinging both of the sabers that's in his hands, forcing the Jedi to defend and block the two saber weapons. The Jedi and Elijah broke off from each other as they began to walk around each other in a circle. What's your name? Elijah Rosefield. After all, I don't have a sith title yet. I'm only an acolyte. What about you, Jedi? What is your name? I'm only asking out of respect for a fellow warrior. Too bad you're on the wrong side of things. I'm almost actually starting to like you, kid. But very well. Name's Lloyd. Do you have any affiliations with the imperial family known as the Rosefields? So even you, Jedi, know of my family. Of all the acolytes I could have came across, I came across a Rosefield. The Force, indeed, works in mysterious ways. Wonder you're so skilled, even at the age of 9 or 10 years old. You're way past your peers, most likely. My family's just built different. Shall we continue, Jedi? You know, I'm going to have to take back my lightsaber. You can try, Jedi. You can try. As they both engage each other in close quarter saber combat. Meanwhile, the 10-year-old Olivia was overpowering her opponent, using her speed and aggression. As Olivia's red blade clashed with the green blade, as they continue to collide weapons with each other, making sparks, Olivia immediately used a feint, and got close, and grabbed the Jedi by the face. You fought well, Jedi, but it's over. You're dead. As Olivia used the dark side ability of life drain, instantly the Jedi felt weak as she drained every bit of life force from the Jedi, as the Jedi fell to the ground dead. Olivia used the Force to yank the Jedi's lightsaber into her hands and attach it to her hip on her belt as she turned around to watch the fight between her fellow acolyte and that Jedi he's fighting. She noticed he's wielding a blue-bladed lightsaber. Most likely took it from the Jedi. She found that a bit of amusing. Kind of humorous, they had somewhat of the same idea. As she placed her fingers across the new lightsaber she collected from that Jedi she killed, as Elijah begins to switch lightsaber forms and engage the Jedi, Elijah easily blocked an incoming strike as he blocked another strike, as Elijah started to dance around his opponent by only defending and analyzing the Jedi's movements. He's getting into the flow of things. Lloyd did felt it in the Force. His fellow Jedi has died. It seems like my comrade failed. It seems so, Jedi. We're gonna have to continue this at another time. My rides here, as a unknown ship dock with the luxury cruise. The door behind the Jedi open up, revealing the hatch to his spacecraft. Catch you later, Elijah. I look forward to our next encounter. Look after my lightsaber. I'll be getting it back sooner or later. As the Jedi threw a flashbang, as Lloyd ran into the hatch, entering his ship and disconnecting his ship to the luxury cruiser and blasting off. When he was a far enough distance, he went to hyperspace, disappearing and escaping. And once Elijah was able to see again, he deactivated both of the weapons and attached them both of his hips. That's a bit annoying. The bastard got away. He'll be back after all. He wants his lightsaber back that I took from him. We need to hurry. Where are we going? There's a device nearby that's blocking any contact in or out. I need to destroy it so the captain could call in some reinforcements. You're more than welcome to accompany me if you wish. I was going to go along you, regardless, if you want it or not. Let's go. Name's Olivia, by the way. Elijah. You fight pretty good. I could say the same thing about you. You're far more powerful than anyone compared to the first years that I've been exposed to. I have dedicated my whole life to be a Sith, as a member of one of the human Sith families in the Empire. There's certain expectations that I have to uphold. It's expected of me. I sympathize with you there. My family is well known, and there are certain expectations that I have to uphold as well. Good, as long as you stay out of my way. I won't have to kill you. Same to you, Olivia. Good. With that taken care of, let's finally destroy this device. Both acolyte notice a incoming space pirate heading their way. Both acolyte at the same time charge forward, igniting their practice sabers in their hand and engage the space pirate, using each other to cover up their flank, using teamwork to slaughter the space pirates in front of them. It didn't take very long with their aggressive assault on the space pirates. They were cut down easily and quickly. Both acolyte calmly walked away, leaving the corpses of the space pirates on the ground dead. But they finally got to the room where they need to be. Once Elijah used the keycard to open up the locked door, and found a maintenance hatch where the device was being kept, Elijah used a force push to destroy the device, allowing the ship to make contact with any Imperial vessels in the area. He took out his holo device out of his pocket. This is acolyte Elijah. The device has been taken care of, Captain. Excellent work. Make your way back to the bridge. We're just waiting for any contact with the lieutenant. Copy that, Captain. On our way. Wait, you're not alone? Oh, I was assisted by a fellow acolyte. Back with Vera and her boarding party. They're currently splicing through the doors that lead to the engine room. Once the door was open, they immediately began to kill everyone inside in the engine room. There was only a few pirates in the room. There wasn't a whole lot of them. So it was easy work. Once the immediate threat was taken out by surprise, the troopers all began to set charges all around the engine room. Alongside was their hyperdrive. I'm not sure what it's called in when you talk about Star Wars, so I want to say hyperdrive, but I'm not totally sure. It's been a while, so it is what it is, so you know what I mean, so let's continue forward. Once that was complete, they made their way back to their ship. They had no trouble getting to their ship. The moment the ship flew out of the hangar of the pirate battleship, they immediately contact the captain to withdraw from the area. Once the luxury cruiser was a fair distance away, Vera activated the detonator as multiple explosions went off throughout the battleship of the pirates as a chain reaction occurred. As the main battleship blew up alongside with the other smaller ships around the main ship, and the ones that did survive immediately began to withdraw from the area. It didn't take very long to get to the bridge. There she sees the captain talking to Elijah. Next to Elijah is a young girl around the same age of an acolyte she doesn't recognize. You are a lieutenant. Acolyte Elijah was informing me of the Jedi that were present, disguised themselves as one of these space pirates. Is that true? Yes, Lieutenant. Before he managed to escape, I managed to grab one of his lightsabers as he activated the Jedi lightsaber, revealing the blue energy blade, as he deactivated the lightsaber and attached it back to his hip. That would explain what happened at the bridge. I need to inform the High Command. Have you sent any reinforcements yet? Already made contact with the closest outpost. They have informed High Command of the situation. The moment that sentence left his lips, several Imperial battle cruisers, or ship this way, come out of hyperspace, surrounding the vessel. They sure act fast. Anything dealing with the Jedi usually does. May I ask why you took the Jedi lightsaber? It was a decision in the midst of battle, and I have no doubt the Jedi will come for his weapon. Then, I'll finish what I started. After all, me and that Jedi have some unfinished business. Very well. Whoever they sent from High Command, allow me to do the talking. You two acolytes, don't speak until you're spoken to. Olivia nodded. Olivia might be rash, violent, sadistic, but she respects the chain of command. Understood. Good. It didn't take long for someone to come into the bridge, directly under the orders by the High Command, as a blue-skinned woman with long black hair and red eyes entered the bridge wearing a black military uniform that signifies she's part of the Empire. She is a female Chiss officer. That's when Elijah noticed Vera went to greet the new addition to the bridge. Alongside was the captain. Elijah stayed where he was until he was called upon. Alongside was Olivia as well, standing next to him. Suddenly there was a huge dark presence entering the bridge as Darth Malgus entered himself, gazing around the room until he set his eyes upon Elijah and the other acolyte behind, right beside him. My lord, the female Chiss officer gave Darth Malgus the proper respect and bowed. Rise, continue on your mission. I'm here to talk to the two acolytes that engaged the two Jedi. As Malgus turned around to walk towards the two young acolytes, Elijah could tell Olivia was nervous. He wasn't doing any better himself. The pure presence of the dark side coming from this man is like a void sucking up everything in its way, like an unstoppable black hole. So, you are the two acolytes that engage this instant with this Jedis. Not many of your fellow acolytes that only attend 1 year of the academy could say they fought a Jedi and lived. I want to hear every detail of your encounter, acolytes. Yes, my lord. As Elijah and Olivia say in sequence, basically at the same time. The two young acolytes reveal their encounter with the Jedi, adding their own viewpoints from their own battles. You did very well. You're free to go about your business. As Elijah watches Olivia head out of the bridge to find a room to get some rest. Walk with me, acolyte. Yes, my lord. It's very rare to find young acolytes that show the proper respect. You've only been at the Sith Academy for only a year, but in that year, you have impressed many Sith instructors. Thank you, my lord, but that was never my intention. Explain. I was trying to blend in, learn what I can, make sure I don't stick out, allowing everyone thinking I'm just weak, like every average student that usually don't survive. This a deception, a fine quality in an acolyte. Yeah, I tapped it too many times though, unfortunately. Anyways, let's continue. Regardless of your intentions or not, you have been noticed. You even managed to pique my interest slightly. I would go even far, you have impressed me. Not by a lot, but enough for me to actually take notice. There's a lot of eyes on you, acolyte. Some are interested in what you're capable of. Some are interested in what you will do, and some would wish nothing more to watch you fall. But I'm quite curious. what you've told me so far, what happened between you and that Jedi, aren't you concerned about that Jedi targeting you specifically? Not all Jedi act all noble. And I've seen many Jedi use revenge for an excuse to kill every Sith they come across. Find it ironic, really. All these Jedi spout about peace and forgiveness and peace, but yet they use revenge to make an excuse to kill. I just find it quite ironic, really. Have no doubt, my lord, this Jedi will seek me out. I'm hoping for it. Very well, proceed on your own accord. I won't have to find him. He'll come find me. After all, he'll definitely want his lightsaber back. As Elijah took the Jedi lightsaber from his belt that was attached to his hip and showed it to Dark Malgus. Malgus' facial expressions might not be able to see by the bottom part, well, the face guard of the mask I use in as a drawing the blank right now. That's what I'm trying to describe is the face guard mask on the bottom of the face, basically the breather thing. I just don't remember what it was called. It's not. I can't think of it right now for some reason. Malgus' facial expressions might not be able to be seen by the face guard mask over the bottom part of his face, but he has a smirk. He knows how possessive Jedi are of their lightsabers. The fact that this acolyte had the foresight to take one of their lightsabers, guaranteeing that their path will cross again. I expect you to kill him the next time you meet him. Of course, Master. I will show no mercy. Good. I look forward to your progress, acolyte. As Darth Malgus turned around and walked away to head back to his ship that's docked to the luxury cruiser, he got the information what he wanted. He needs to head back to the Dark Council to inform of the rest of the members of the current situation. But the young female acolyte did impress him as well. He would have already tried to recruit her for a possible apprentice if another Sith Lord didn't already take the notice to her. So he chose not to go that route. But so far he's pleased what he's seen of the amount of progress that Elijah has accomplished only in a year time. He could have easily took the lightsaber for evidence, but he had no desire to. He knows the acolyte has his own plans. He would never dream of denying Elijah of his second encounter with his Jedi to finish what he started. But Malgus did take notice in his explanation of the battle. He never mentioned that he used Force Lightning on the Jedi. Malgus has no doubt he's trying to keep that a secret. He has no doubt many on the Dark Council will take this incident as an excuse to continue the war between the Empire and the Republic. Elijah was able to breathe normally being in the presence of one of the members of the Dark Council. Elijah's not used to being in the presence of powerful Dark Lords of the Sith. Soon afterwards, the ship was being searched by any Imperial troopers, trying to find any space pirates hiding. They found a few space pirates, as they immediately executed them shortly afterwards. When everything was said and done, the ship continued on its course, being escorted by two of the Imperial battleships. The luxury cruiser ship docked at a nearby space station near Elijah's home planet. As Elijah and Vera exit the ship and enter the space station, where they take another craft that will take them to the surface of the planet. Well, this trip's been interesting. You're not wrong there, nephew. This transport should take us to the planet. As Bose Rosefield took a seat in the transport, as the transport doors shut, and immediately took off, heading towards the planet. It didn't take too long to enter the planet's atmosphere and begin to go down towards a landing pad at the transport station. After they got out of the transport station, they took a hover vehicle to the Rosefield Estate. The Rosefield Estate is a large enclosure. Has a good portion of land outside of the major city of the planet. But the amount of security that the Rosefield have at their disposal is quite vast. After getting through all the checkpoints, once they got closer to the estate, they were finally waved through. After their identities were identified, and apologies for holding them up. When the hover car finally got to his destination, the gate opened up, gaining entry to the manor. Elijah's parents were waiting for them outside of the front door of the estate. Mara Rosefield, Elijah's mother, an older sister of Vera. Mara is in her late 20s, hitting her 30s, with long black hair, much like her sister, Vera. Mara mostly works with Imperial intelligence, so naturally, she already been debriefed on the situation with her son on the luxury cruise with the Jedi. She is thankful that her son is alright, but quite pissed that the Jedi engaged her son in the first place. She immediately put that on hold when she saw her son. She instantly gave her little boy a gentle smile. Standing next to Mara, is Varric, Mara's husband, and the father of Elijah. Varric comes from a Sith family. Sadly, Varric wasn't Force sensitive, so he focused his attention into the military, easily climbing the ranks and eventually gaining the title of Grand Moff. He was already married when he gained that title. He greeted his son warmly as well. Mara instantly embraced her son in a tight hug, lifting him up off of the ground. Vera watched her sister. Try this again. Vera watches her sister, smothered her own son. She always found it amusing to find her elder sister, who's always serious and who's always by the books, act so gentle and kind. She's only seen this on a rare occasion when it comes to her sister. Kinda need to breathe, Mother. Sorry, sweetheart. I got a little carried away. As she gently letting go of her son. Let's take a good look at you. You've grown a bit taller. You're growing too fast for my liking. Mother, I'm still only 9 years old. Not for too long. You're going to be 10 here in a few weeks. Now, come on, let's get inside. I want to hear all about you, what you've been up to at the academy. I would have thought Father would have told you about it. I prefer to hear it from you, son. Now come on. You're coming as well. As she greeted her sister and gave her a hug and pulled her inside. I'm liking this new side of you, sister. Don't get used to it. Now come on. The 4 members of the Rosefield enter one of the large rooms that is used for meetings that they have at the estate when they have important visitors, like diplomats and such not. As everyone sat down on the table, as one of the staff that the Rosefields employed served everyone drinks. After catching up with his parents and telling them about the Sith Academy, keeping certain things, for obvious reasons, out. After having a nice dinner with his parents and aunt, Elijah found himself in his old training room, practicing his saber forms with his practice saber. It's good to see you're quite dedicated to your studies. As she took one of the swords from the wall, that is perfect to fight against lightsaber-like weapons, and got into her own stance. I want to test to see how much you've learned so far, son. Varric was watching on the sidelines between his wife and his son. You might as well let your mother have her way. It'll be easier, knowing how his mother can be quite stubborn. He surrendered and got ready for a tough battle. Very well, Mother. As he got into his lightsaber form and got ready for his mother's first attack. It didn't take Mara. I don't know why I keep saying Mara very long. She struck powerful and fast strikes. The force of the first strike almost made Elijah become unbalanced. He instantly fixed his posture, then immediately counterattacked with a fast and calculated strike. As mother and son clash with their own blades against each other, making sparks. Each time their own weapons made contact with each other, another spark was created. As son and mother continued to spar against each other. For obvious reasons, Mara is holding back. Mara, so far, she's been quite pleased with her son's level of skill. They end up sparring for a few hours. His parents would switch out between each other, so Elijah had to spar not only with his mother, but his father as well. After a long sparring session, Elijah entered his room and closed the door to get ready for bed. Taking a quick shower, put on his sleepwear. After that was done, he went to bed to get some rest. His time at home was quite relaxing, but eventually, after a month spending time with his family, he had to return back to the Sith Academy. There's only a few months left before another year starts. The new arrivals should be here in a few months. Until then, he's going to do some little bit of training. His way back to the academy was quite uneventful, quite peaceful. When he arrived at the Sith Academy, he immediately went to his chambers that was assigned to him and began to meditate and doing some image training in his mind. His mother has always told him, your mind has to be strong as your body. A strong body and a weak mind will only bring weakness, and a strong mind and a weak body will only lead to destruction. Only when you have strong mind and body, you truly will be strong. It's what happened at the luxury cruise when he crossed paths with a Jedi for the first time. He knows full well if that Jedi was a seasoned Jedi, he would have died. As Elijah opened his eyes, as his practice saber flew from the table into his hands, as he got up and attached it to his hip. Alongside was the Jedi lightsaber onto his other hip, keeping it close. With his mind set on some serious training, he left his quarters at the Sith Academy and proceeded to walk towards the training level of the Sith Academy. As Elijah walked through the dark, empty halls of the Academy, next time we meet, Jedi, you won't get away, and you will die. After all, I need to complete the complete set. After all, your lightsaber's feeling a bit lonely. As he gently tapped the Jedi's lightsaber with his finger. That's where we're going to stop it. I'll catch you guys in the next video.